Alright, so in today's video, we are going to be taking a look at what many people consider to be one of the best motivational speeches ever given. This speech was given by none other than Matthew McConaughey, who is not only an extremely talented actor, but also a very successful producer. This man has won numerous awards for his acting over the years, including a Golden Globe and an Academy Award. But that isn't why he is famous. He is famous for his charisma, his good looks, and his incredibly inspiring words. In this video, we will be looking at one of his most famous interviews, where he just talks about life in general and how to achieve your goals. So with all that being said, let's begin. Alright, so before we get into the actual motivational speech, I want to talk about the state of the world right now. It seems like everywhere you look, there is negativity and hate. And it makes sense why so many people have lost faith in humanity. It feels like we're living in a time where it is impossible to be happy or successful, and sometimes it can feel like the world is against you. But that is simply not true. And today we will be proving it. I know this video is supposed to be about motivation, but I want to start it off with a little bit of science. It has been proven time and time again that if you surround yourself with positive people, you will become more positive. On the other hand, if you spend your time with negative people, then you will find yourself becoming more negative as well. So if you think about it, the only reason you are experiencing negativity right now in your life is because you have surrounded yourself with the wrong people. That's it. Once you understand this, everything in your life will change for the better. You see, when you are young, it is easy to feel like everyone around you wants you to fail. Your teachers don't want you to succeed. Your parents hold you back. Your friends make fun of you, and it can really seem like the world is against you. But the truth is, it is never too late to turn things around. All you need to do is find the right people who believe in you and support you. Now, as we move forward, I want you to think of something that you would like to achieve in your life. Maybe it is a certain amount of money that you want to earn. Maybe it is a relationship you want to improve. Or maybe it is a goal that you have always dreamed of achieving. Whatever it is, write it down. Now, I want you to close your eyes and imagine yourself already having achieved this goal. What does it feel like? How does it feel? Once you have got a clear picture of what it feels like, I want you to open your eyes and look around you. Where are you right now? Are you still doing the things that aren't helping you achieve your goals? Are you still spending time with the same people you were spending time with yesterday? If the answer is yes, then I am sorry to break it to you, but you are not even trying to achieve your goal. Even though you may think that you are not. Just because you have thought about something doesn't mean you are working towards it. If you truly want to achieve something in your life, you need to take action. And the first step to taking action is to get rid of everything that is holding you back. For example, if one of the things holding you back is one of your friends, then you need to get rid of that friend. As hard as it may be, sometimes you need to make sacrifices in order to achieve your dreams. There are two types of people in this world: those who make excuses, and those who achieve results. Excuses are the easiest way out. They allow you to avoid responsibility, and they allow you to stay exactly where you are. The problem is that most people fall into the trap of making excuses. They don't want to leave their comfort zone. They don't want to take any risks. And as a result, they end up living a life full of regret. The only way to avoid this fate is to focus on solutions instead of excuses. This doesn't mean that you shouldn't make mistakes. In fact, it's quite the opposite. What it means is that you should learn from your mistakes and try to fix them as soon as possible. The longer you wait, the worse the situation becomes. So if you find yourself in a difficult situation, don't just stand there and make excuses. Instead, focus on finding a solution. And once you have found that solution, take action. Don't wait. Just do it. Alright, so now that we have covered the basics, let us dive deeper into some of the quotes that were mentioned in the interview. These quotes are so powerful that they have been shared millions of times across social media platforms. Let's begin. Alright, so the first quote that we are going to be taking a look at today is: you do not rise to the level of your goals. You fall to the level of your systems. When you think about it, this quote makes perfect sense. You are not going to become the person you want to become overnight. It takes time to build new habits and to break old ones. So if you want to achieve something big in your life, you need to start by building systems that will help you get there. For example, if you want to lose weight, you can't just start dieting tomorrow and expect to see results the next day. You need to build systems in your life that support your goal of losing weight. This could involve cooking healthy meals, going to the gym regularly, and cutting out junk food. Same goes for anything else in life. If you want to achieve something, You need to build systems that will help you get there. So don't focus on the end goal. Instead, focus on the systems that will help you get there. Now moving on to our next quote, which is, we don't see things as they are. We see things as we are. When you think about it, this quote makes perfect sense. We all see things differently, based on our own perspectives and experiences. What may seem like a big deal to you, may not seem like a big deal to someone else. This is why it is important to be aware of your own biases, and to try to see things from other people's perspectives. When you do this, you become a more empathetic and understanding person. This quote is a reminder that we should not judge others too harshly. We should remember that everyone sees the world differently, and that everyone has their own story. This is why it is important to be kind and compassionate towards others. You never know what someone else is going through. And now for our final quote, which is, let me tell you something about owning your mistakes. Owning your mistakes is the fastest way to solve problems, to make peace with others, and to make peace with yourself. Own your mistakes. Apologize, but don't explain. When you think about it, this quote makes perfect sense. We all make mistakes. It is part of being human. The worst thing we can do is try to cover up our mistakes or blame someone else for them. Instead, we should take responsibility for our actions and apologize when necessary. This does not mean that you should apologize for everything. You should only apologize when you have done something wrong. And even then, you should only apologize if it is going to make things better. Sometimes an apology can make things worse. So it is important to know when to apologize and when not to. But in general, apologizing is a good thing. It shows that you are sorry for what you did, and that you are willing to make things right. So those are some of the best quotes from the interview. As you can see, these quotes are so powerful that they have been shared millions of times across social media platforms. This goes to show that we all need to hear these messages from time to time. We all need to be reminded of the importance of having the right mindset, of focusing on solutions, of seeing things from other people's perspectives, and of owning up to our mistakes. By following these simple pieces of advice, we can all improve our lives and achieve our goals. And that is why this interview is considered to be one of the best motivational speeches ever given. Thank you for watching, and until next time.